Oh my god, big numbers. Wow, a full co-op Souls-like that turns out has pretty mediocre gameplay. Yeah, let's talk about this. This is Lords of the Fallen. Don't go away. Let me start by saying just a couple things. While I do have some knowledge in Souls-likes, I've only ever played two other ones, okay? Code Vein and Wuchang Fallen Feathers. The second thing is, this is Lords of the Fallen 2023 edition because there's two titles under the same name, and this is after numerous amount of updates, because from what I've a little research done online, this released in 2023 to pretty crappy results.
And they will bleed.
So you know, the devs have put the work in. They've even included a full-blown co-op mode, and even at that, it comes with a friend pass. Listen, me and my friend play this, but only I paid for it.
I'm cooked. I'm cooked. I got one more heal. It's my last heal.
Use my last one. So let's talk about the story, because I can get this done extremely quick. It doesn't exist.
It does not exist.
And while maybe some Souls-likes have a pretty small, lore-based story, I mean it literally doesn't exist in Lords of the Fallen. You are a lamp bearer and you go around essentially purging these red beacons. And through these little interactable slots, you can get a shot to the past of what happened. The only problem is these suck.
Heavenly Vial.
The hallowed sentinels will be redeemed.
Is that really the only fucking... I hate
That's
the fucking
fucking it? That was so ass. I didn't even get a chance to take a bite of my pudding. So let's just go into gameplay. And really, this is my tagline for Lords of the Fallen. Every single mechanical gameplay thing here is just done better in other games. To start, the number one thing this game goes for that's unique is the Umbral World. Via the power of the Umbral Lamp, you can split the dimension and go into the Umbral World. Pretty cool. In this Umbral World, it's actually kind of cool because it's the exact same structural level as in the real world, but there's some bonus things. Like maybe there'll be a spot that you think you can cross, but it looks like there's a bridge that's missing. Well, check the Umbral World. There probably is a bridge there. Yeah, this Umbral World essentially acts as a puzzle mechanic for level design. It also acts as an enemy puzzle mechanic, in the form that enemies can have this little thing attached to them that makes them almost unbeatable in the normal realm. So, in order to beat them, go to the Umbral realm, defeat the little thing that's attached to them, and now they're able to be killed. That's kind of it. The Umbral realm is cool at first, but then, once you get like 15-20 hours into this game, which I spent 25 hours in this game, it's more of an annoyance. Yeah, the Umbral realm kind of falls on its head to me, honestly. Like, there are these things called, what are they called? The Wanderers or the Withers? I'm not sure what they're called, but there's these little enemies that have no HP, but they can attack you. It's annoying. The number one way to fix this, in my opinion, is the fact that you can go into this realm at any time you want, but you can't come out at any time you want. You have to find a specific spot to pull yourself out. Well, what about the combat? Well, the combat to me really seems like you had two different ideas on it. I go into Lords of the Fallen thinking Souls-like combat, which usually means strategic thinking. In the previous two Souls-like games, I had to strategically think about scenarios that I was in. But here, due to the mechanics at play, it just dissolves down into a button spam fest. Backstabs are a pretty prominent feature of Souls-like games. Even in Wuchang Fallen Feathers, this was like one of my favorite things to do. Strategically, either breaking an enemy's posture or getting around to its backside and getting a huge attack in, just to follow up with a huge finisher move. Sick. Strategic combat was awesome.
Oh, you're done. Say your prayers.
But here in Lords of the Fallen, breaking an enemy's posture or getting a stealth attack backstab off is incredibly rare. Combined, me and my friend maybe got 5 off. Parrying means nothing in this game. Watch this clip. All of these parries do nothing.
How are you not killable, man?
Yeah, I wish the parries were a little bit more rewarding for how many you can do.
And you might be thinking, okay, you can't break his posture by parrying because you just parried like 10 times in a row and did nothing. What about a charge attack from behind? Yeah, no, that only works if they're unaware of your presence, which is a very rare occurrence. So this just results in you, the player, just doing this.
I missed her.
So the mechanics at play result in you wanting to just murder your enemy at will. Just spam kill him, get him out of the way. Okay, well, that sounds like a hack and slash game. Here's the other problem. In hack and slash games, those games are lifted up by its combat moves, mechanics, style of the moves, the combos you can do, really boost hack and slash games up.
We're literally just countering each other nonstop.
Here, your only move is... You actually do have a move to kick an enemy, and you have one combo that we found, which was L1 and R2 for me, I believe is what it was, which depending on your weapon does a move that you're locked into. Now, honestly, that is one move! Other than the charged heavy attack, which really isn't that great, you're just spamming your button. There really was very little strategy in combat scenarios here.
I'm defining.
Stop pad!
Close your eyes and pound. Close your eyes and pound. Everyone downstairs listening in.
Let's move on to a different system, a different mechanic that again is just done better everywhere else. The item management system and upgrade system. I've only played 3 Souls-likes, but I'll tell you that Wuchang Fallen Feathers had one of the greatest item management systems I've ever seen. No item went unused in that game. Here, I can look at my items in this game, and out of like 70, I used maybe 9. The items to buff your sword with either wither or fire or ice, I liked those. Teleport back to an old vestige I used, and other than that, didn't use a lot. Nor was it necessary to even look or use at any of your other items. And the other half of this is your upgrade mechanic. Now, this is a slippery slope that I just don't understand how the devs missed this. One of your starting weapons that I found, I ended up upgrading. But weapons don't scale with you. Because my weapon was like level 4, 5, 6, whatever it was, every weapon that I picked up was level 1, was just not usable. It paled in comparison to one of my starting weapons. It wouldn't be until I brought it back to the hub world, upgraded it with materials, then I would find out if it actually is better or not. Like, my friend will confirm with me on this one that how many times did me and my friend go and find a cool weapon or pick up a cool thing and we check and we go, and it's way worse than my weapon right now.
Oh, this shit looks so cool. Too bad it's like at the ending of the game you need to upgrade it with all of the shit that you already used.
You need to spend 10 grand upgrading it.
And the item management and the weapons here with the upgrade system just all circles back to the same fact that exploring in this game, which is a huge fact to Souls-likes, sucks. Walking up to an item or something that you might have found was rare, you already know whether it's an actual usable item, a weapon, or in a rare case, armor, which may or may not actually be better. Armor is the only thing here. That's because it's not fully upgradable. But that really isn't the feeling you want when you're exploring. When you're exploring, you want that, wow, around this corner could be a really interesting, usable weapon, item, equipment, something that, you know, you actually have no idea what you could get. But I always felt like I'm probably going to get some stupid item. I'm probably going to get some weapon that sucks or a ranged weapon that's worse than the lump hammer. This is the #1 smoking gun thing I could say about the systems here. The lump hammer was one of the very first ranged weapons we got. It's literally just a hammer that you throw. You would think, wow, what's the damage on that? No way it can beat an explosive crossbow, fire crossbow, bow and arrow. Nope. Not even enhanced grenades, smoke bomb, fire it. Nothing came close to the damage the lump hammer can do.
Lump hammer dub. Hammer dip just happened up there so bad.
So therefore, from the early hours of this game, I never took off my ranged weapon, which was the lump hammer. Again, I'm just not done with this game. Due to the fact that exploring in this game sucks for the fact that you just don't know what you're going to find. You don't really care what you're going to find. It's the fact that you don't know where you're going. I can handle an extremely vague story that really lets the interpretation up to the players themselves, but when you have extremely vague exploration, that's when, as a dev, you have to realize that players at a certain point will dip from, where do we go, into frustration of, where the hell do we go?
Oh my god, not this fucking guy.
Your only indicators of where to go are a ginormous red beacon in the sky that really offers no help. And I would say there is a 1 in 5 chance you can pull out the lamp and click the X button and it'll have butterflies shoot out that'll show you where to go. And I literally mean a 1 in 5. Like, this was RNG. Will it or will it not work? Nobody knows. But the pacing of this game just gets kind of rough and tumble with the fact that you'd be going good, exploring, you get the beacon, boss fight down. Oh, wow, this is where we go next. But then you'll hit a spot where it's like a huge ass pothole. And you're like, damn, where the hell do we go?
Yep.
Where do we go from here? And you're like, well, the game doesn't tell me anything. There's no mini map. There's no HUD indicator. Where do we go? And then 20 minutes later, it's like, okay, where the hell do we go? The thing that I can say Lords of the Fallen does actually really well on, in my opinion, is this next category I want to talk about, presentation. Looks fantastic. I played this on base PS5, and I'll say the color palette in this game, noticeably, Lords of the Fallen uses every color under the color grid. As someone who has an OLED monitor, this was a dream come true to play on the OLED. The views you can get in this game, walking through levels, audibly, I just kind of take a seat back in some levels, and I'm just like, damn, this looks like, seriously, no, actually, like, talk to myself, this looks really good. Like, actually pinpoint this out.
It's a cool looking corridor.
Hey, watch this.
There's a large variety of level design going from ice levels, fire levels, everything in between.
Does you stop fucking walking and dodging it? Okay.
The lighting effect on your weapons when you buff them. Really, I have no complaints for presentation. In fact, all I have is good things to say. Frames may or may not drop from time to time, but one thing I do want to discuss here is enemy design. I think one of the most important things a game can have, if it lands, is uniqueness. Something that actually makes it stand out. Because while I'll say the enemy design here is really fun, unique, I'll say from everything that I've played in my entire gaming career, some of these enemy designs are truly unique and can only be found in this game. So that really makes it stand out.
Damn, you got cornered and fucked.
You took back shots and banged his head off the wall and died.
Now, something that I haven't talked about yet that I would say is pretty good that I wanted to say for now is bosses. Yeah, for overall impact, my overall opinion on this game, bosses, I'll tie in with the presentation part because the look of these bosses, again, like all enemy design is just freaking awesome. But bosses are freaking awesome too. They all have cool mechanics, whether they're riding a horse or they puke on the ground and the whole ground becomes lava. Bosses here are really good, unless you're talking with the last boss. The last boss is literally donkey dookie, garbage mechanics, stupid story end.
Dude. Lamest. I hope this boss fucking dies with this again.
Okay, I'm gonna try beta in the middle because it's the real last mechanic.
If I asked my friend, he would 100% agree the last boss was the worst boss of the game, not close at all. And I'm not even like frustrated because we died a billion times. We didn't even die. We just had to wait for his stupid teleport mechanic to finally attack him. It was absolutely the worst boss of the game. But the other bosses, I'll say, they're all memorable. Like, seriously, every boss up to that last one, if you just disregard that last one, really fun.
Let's go! Holy shit, we locked in for that one.
Fuck me, no.
But that's Lords of the Fallen. That's just basically every mechanic and thing that I could talk about that I can think of. So here's my closing statement on why I think Lords of the Fallen really isn't that great of a game. It is a true fact when I say this that, did I have fun with this game? Yes, I really did. But after we finished it, me and my friend kind of talked to him and we were like, that kind of left a real shitty taste in my mouth. Our hype for Lords of the Fallen 2 is definitely dampened. Listen, like your hype for the sequel shouldn't be dampened after playing a good game. That's because Lords of the Fallen really Like, if I'm truthfully telling everyone here, on paper, it's not a good game. It's not a bad game either. It's just a super duper mediocre, passable game in every single mechanic that I can think of. Gameplay, combat, item management, upgrade system, exploration, story and characters. It's just not good. It's not bad either. It's just very super duper mediocre, barely passable is how I would describe it. Only through the power of co-op and friendship, combined with the fact that this game looks visually really well done with some fun boss fights, is how this game elevates itself up a little bit above that super duper mediocre score I'm talking about. Overall, Lords of the Fallen 2023 edition, 6.5 out of 10. So that's it. I really don't have any huge send-off lines here, than the fact that Lords of the Fallen 2 isn't completely off the table in my mind. It releases, I think off the top of my head, in May of this year, 2026. So I won't be there day one, but if it releases and some good reviews come out, yeah, I'll you know what? I'll play it. But for now, I'm your host, Beneath the Mask. I hope you guys review. Peace out. I know you're here to find out the Easter egg soundtrack that I put in at the end of every video, but did you know that I have a Buy Me a Coffee page? A page where you can donate to your favorite YouTube creator. Half of the money that's donated to that page is personally donated back to Child's Play Charity, a charity that's dedicated to supplying games and technology to children in hospitals around the world. So that's that. Did you guess the soundtrack?